want to keep the chat in London. Monstar's here for a particular reason today. And I want to just, I'm not going to read your message. I never do that. But basically, you feel there's some red flags surrounding Chelsea that nobody's talking about. Have you not been impressed with the summer and start of the season, I assume?
No. Obviously, Terry, I know you spoke about, I think it was yesterday or the day before, you were speaking about the DM when you was talking about Frankie de Jong. I highly disagree. Been saying it a million times, yeah. There's people are not reasoning why Frankie de Jong didn't work out at Barcelona. And it's because he's not that type of midfielder that people think he is. Now, I'm not saying, obviously, listen, it'll be great having Frankie de Jong, but Chelsea need two midfielders, and I'll tell you exactly why. Kante, obviously, his legs are gone. We've known this since Sarri's season. He's just not been himself. Kovacic, he gets injured. He misses about 10 games in the season. Always goes missing at some point, gets injured, and it takes him a while to come back to it. And then we have the biggest scrub our midfield has ever witnessed. The biggest scrub. People are going to say it's an agenda. This guy is garbage. He is shit. He is not good. I keep saying this. This guy is the reason our team is fucked. Has anyone noticed how many players are playing out of position at Chelsea? I can keep naming them. There's so many of them. So many of them playing out of position because of one guy. Tuchel said it with his own mouth, right? He created a system to suit certain players, right? One of them being Thiago Silva, because Thiago Silva doesn't have the legs to cover ground in a back four anymore. And the other guy is Jorginho, right? Obviously, you could say Alonso as well. You can say Azpilicueta, but we don't really, we know these guys are dead. Aspi is not, he's past it, innit? Problem with Jorginho is that this guy is bad, man. He's bad. I don't think people understand how bad he is. If you watch the Everton game, right? There was someone talked about a donut. There was a donut in our, like, literally, it was like attack there, defense, no midfield. No midfield. Alex Iwobi looked like a world-class player in central midfield against us. Do you know how crazy that is? Iwobi, a forward or whatever the hell he is, looked like a world-class player against my team. And this is what we have to deal with every single game. I told these people in pre-season, Pereira, if you guys remember Pereira when he was in the Prem, can't remember what club it was. It was either Tottenham or Watford. I can't remember what club it was. This guy in pre-season was dancing through our midfield. Saka, the 4-0 or whatever it was against Arsenal, dancing through my midfield. We don't have a presence there. I'm tired of watching this shit. Like, it's not a joke, and no one wants to speak about it. Nobody. Yeah? Like, listen, the most important part of the pitch is midfield. It's where your defense starts. It's where your attack starts. It's where you build up play. If we ain't getting nothing done about the midfield, then we're fucked. We can bring De Jong, but if we bring in De Jong, who's going to do the defensive part? Because it's not going to be Kante. It's not going to be Kovacic. It definitely ain't going to be Jorginho. So what are we going to do about it? What are we going to do? People said we were going to bring in new players. Sterling, who we brought in, people are saying it's our attack. Sterling came in, right? Sterling didn't even get a sniff of goal. Not even a sniff. It's going to keep being like this, bro. If people can keep ignoring it, right? We can keep being there. But when we fuck up, remember we spent 300 million. We're about to spend 300 mil. If Tuchel doesn't get top 4, he's getting sacked. 100% he's getting sacked. You cannot spend 300 mil and not get top 4. It's not possible. They will sack him. And I know it's not his fault. I know Tuchel's a master tactician. Don't get me wrong. I love Tuchel. Just think, certain way we're going about things, we're going about it the wrong way round. People, it's cool though. Everyone can laugh about and say we're great, or it's attackers. You'll continue blaming attackers. Last season, they were saying Lukaku was shit, blah, blah, blah. Darwin Núñez is shit. He's not good. I can tell you this straight up. Darwin Núñez, he's got terrible first touch. He scored and got an assist by accident. Have you ever seen a striker do that in the Premier League? An assist and a goal by accident, right? If he scores 20 goals next season, or this season, sorry, there's going to be question marks. I'm telling you now, people are not gonna. They're not gonna want to hear it. People are gonna say it's the first game of the season. When it was preseason, it was just preseason. When it's the first game, it's the first game of the season. Terry, I'll be back here in January. I'll be back here in January, right? If it's the same shit, I want to hear what people are saying then. I want to hear it. You guys can go ahead.
Yeah, coming from you, it's a lot more powerful because you're a Chelsea fan. But what do you say to the people who say you're reactionary?
When it was preseason, right? Because with me, when I'm looking at my team and I'm assessing my team, I'm looking for the red flags, right? Udinese, people were celebrating. So when we lost to Arsenal, people were saying, it's preseason, it's Arsenal. Then we beat Udinese. But like I said, I saw Pereira running through our midfield 3 or 4 times, running past them. They don't exist, right? People were saying, it's just, it's it's reactionary, blah, blah, blah. Everton came. We saw them dominate my midfield. It was dominated by Alex Iwobi. And what's the other guy's name? The black guy. I can't remember his name, man.
Corey.
The Kure. Absolutely bullying them, right? Bullying them. But people are saying it's the first game of the season. We're gonna see this. We're gonna see when we play Spurs. If this happens against Spurs, what are people gonna say then? I want to know. And then we go to the next game, it happens again, because this has been happening for 4 years. Our midfield has been terrible for 4 years. What people are going to bring up is the Champions League. And don't get me wrong, I got carried away with the Champions League as well. But when we won the Champions League, can people tell me what happened on the last day of the season? Can people tell me? We got spanked by Aston Villa and we needed Tottenham and Gareth Bale to beat Leicester to get us in the Champions League. People keep forgetting our league form since we've won the Premier League. We have been struggling to get top 4. Are we going to keep doing this? Are we going to keep doing this? People think because we're doing well in the cup competitions, we're forgetting our league form. You know what this Chelsea team reminds me of? It reminds me of Liverpool. Remember when Liverpool used to absolutely win? They're winning the Champions League or they're going strong. When they had Torres or when they had Morientes or Milan Baros during those days. But in the league, they were absolutely garbage. Do you guys remember that? This is Chelsea now. Last season, we got 74 points. 74.
Is this a player issue, manager issue, or a combination of the two?
It's a player issue. We have to keep covering for these guys. Over the weekend, I'm seeing Reece James in midfield. Why am I seeing Reece James in midfield? Why is it that everyone... Hold on. Why is no, it's not that. We have to keep covering for certain individuals in this team. He needs to get rid of these, man. I don't care if someone's scoring a penalty. You're scoring a penalty, but our game is shit. If not for Mendy saving our bacon once again, we would have been fucked. And I have to watch this every game. Every game. Do you know how dead it is to watch Chelsea? It's dead. Last season, I went to Old Trafford, and that shit was terrible. One of the worst games I've ever experienced in my life. That was shit. A waste of a journey. This is what I have to keep witnessing. People can continue to say what they say. I know you lot are not enjoying it. Chelsea, I'm talking to Chelsea fans. I know for a fact you're not enjoying watching Chelsea play. If you act like, if you could, bro, the thing is, Terry, I wanted more Chelsea fans to be on this because I don't even want an echo chamber. I want these men to come on and I will debunk them every single point. They can listen, your favorites, you can have your favorites in it. I only care what matters for Chelsea, in it. It's as simple as that. Until we get rid of certain man in this team, I don't talk about the core players. Forget about the bench players, you can keep them. But the core guys, the core of this team, boy.
Terry, I've got a question.